Welcome to the podcast, Leading and Growing Your Real Estate Business by Coach James Short. This podcast is designed to help you with strategies, insights, and ways to increase sales, build and lead high-performing teams, and ultimately grow your business. Your host, James Short himself, also shares some of his secret sauces on how he helps his own clients achieve business growth quickly and easily. James has been coaching those in the real estate and property industry for close to 10 years now, and his clients keep on saying, since working with James, their results have been outstanding, giving them more money, time, and fulfillment. James is offering a free strategy call to those listening to see how he can assist you to take your business to where you want to go. Simply go to jamesshort.com.au/strategy and book in a time today. Now on with the show.
Hi, welcome to the case study series, and we are here with Daniel Cachia, Associate Director for PPD Real Estate in Wallara. Welcome, mate. So good to have you.
Mate, thanks for having me on. What a privilege.
Mate, awesome. Mate, share us a little bit about your story and I guess your focus on who you're currently selling to, where are you located, just a few little things around like that.
Mate, I am a real estate agent, obviously. I've been doing this for 20 years. This is my 20th year. Straight out of high school, I was 18, had no idea on what I wanted to do. I was playing rugby league at the time, and my mum pushed me in the direction of real estate. Said, well, you can talk with a mouthful of marbles. Why don't you give this a go? And literally haven't looked back. So been working with the PPD team for about 16, 17 years now. Started as Debbie Donnelly's assistant for 18 months and then got pushed out of the nest and went into a bit of a state of paralysis in 2008 for about a month when I thought, shit, what do I do now? I'm on my own, running my own business, and haven't looked back since. Just thrived.
Fantastic. And so if you think about, like, we've been working for a little while now, if you think about before we met, what was happening in your business then?
Mate, gosh, it was like a roller coaster ride, to be honest. When I was focused, I was unstoppable. When I was totally distracted, as you would say, chasing the shiny balls down the rabbit hole, I was completely off beat. I was able to do my work quite autonomously, but just with no purpose, no structure, no organisation, and you know, I'm not a big fan of saying the why, but yeah, the why would go in different directions. So being pulled on track and guided by you, accountability first and foremost. So sort of like all the gear and no idea was sort of where I was at, and you've just given a whole new dimension to how to run a business, be organised, daily goals as well as weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly goals, and just really sticking to task.
So if you think about that time before, what sort of led to you to wanting to find a better way to grow your business? Like, you know, you said you had all the tools and everything before, but you're a little bit all over the place. What led you to make that decision to go, you know what, I need to do maybe something different? Well,
there's a lot of merit to the saying, behind every great man there's an even better woman. And I credit my wife, Jules Cachia, for pushing me in the direction to seek a greater good, to seek some assistance and some guidance. She identified that all the skill set was there and the fundamentals. It was just pulling it all together. So having someone that has faith in you and that you actually talk to and was helping you out to seek that direction and listening, of course, as well to that advice. It took me probably about 12 months to reach out to someone.
It was a little while. It was
a big journey. It was a big journey. And and again, why didn't I do it 12 months ago? It could have been 12 months ahead of the game, but here I am and I'm not looking back.
And everything happens for a reason in the time that it needs to happen in. So I totally understand. If you think about the process and the program and the coaching, how has it helped you specifically?
Oh, just clarity. Like mine for me, it's more about the mental side of things, the preparation, the organisation. I'm very goal orientated, and I'm uber competitive and very goal orientated, and having accountability and knowing that you, Shorty, is on the end of the phone call, if not every day, every other day, it drives you and it motivates you. And once you start hitting those extra goals in your business, and not necessarily from a bottom line level, but just from an ease level as well, just how much easier it is to come into work and face difficult tasks and not hide from them and run away from them and let them manifest and build, it pays dividends to anyone. It's paid dividends for me in terms of managing my staff as well as managing my own business and also my headspace.
Love it. And if you think about some of the specific results, what are some of those results have been over this last little while?
Oh, just literally getting out of my comfort zone. Started to do tasks that I thought I would just run away from, and that is literally having the right conversations, having the tough conversations in a very civilized manner. Growing into someone that heads or faces confrontation straight away rather than steering away from it, and also just on a personal level as well, having a greater good outside of the real estate world, because your personal life and your business life do dovetail at some stage or every day, basically. Having a bit of purpose outside of the workforce has certainly helped my business just thrive to a whole new level.
I want to bring up a conversation that we just recently had in relations to, you've just started to get back into your training and your running and so forth. And I remember a conversation that we recently had, and you've been, loving your trail running and so forth, and you were training up to an event later this year, but a certain opportunity came across your table to do something a little bit different. Do you want to share with everyone that story and what transpired and what's resulted of that?
Let's fast forward. Let's rewind, I should say. Sorry. Back in November last year, I excuse me, I quit smoking, and I didn't smoke much. I never smoked during the week or during the workday, but I quit smoking for the greater good, and I gave myself a task that I was going to run a 60K race for the Kepler Challenge in New Zealand, and so I was working towards that. I thought, okay, this is great, keeps me on target, and I shared that with James, and he obviously, was happy and inspired and pushed me along towards that direction. But a certain ticket came up, and as I was getting into my training, I was just running more and more and more. I was able to secure a ticket to the Ultra Trail Marathon in Australia in Katoomba, but it's 100K. Not 60, it's 100Ks. But my thought process was, I'll backdoor this. I'll get a 100K ticket, then I'll downgrade it to a 50K ticket because that's the one I want. And I thought, God, the ticket's currency, I'll be able to trade that much better than not having a ticket. And the minute I bounced that idea off James, he's like, well, mate, just do the bloody 100. I'm like, no way. As if I can do that. I've only been running for about 6 months, realistically. And he's like, why? He said, the difference is time on your feet. So you've got the energy, you've got the headspace, you can do it. And since then, I sat on that, or I tried that on for size for about 48 hours. And I sent him a text message and I went, mate, let's do it. I'm in. He goes, and James says, I've been waiting for this message. so here I am running 100Ks in 22nd of October. Call me crazy, but I can't wait. I'm excited.
Love it. Super proud, super proud. If you look about the process that you've gone through, have you had any roadblocks throughout the time, and how have you got past them?
Probably my own personal headspace would be a huge roadblock. Not utilising the support network, that I have at my fingertips to the best or the full, that would be another roadblock, and that's reaching out to Jane. My wife's got a business degree, utilising her and also my friends and network. The other one would just be, I go back to your own personal headspace. Since not having a game plan and not exercising, or before I started, I was all over the show. But having a game plan in that respect has really unblocked all of my blockages, and it allowed me to move forward.
Love it. Fantastic. Now, if you're thinking about if what would you say to other maybe business owners or associate directors like yourself who may be stuck in the process or hasn't even gotten started to grow their business, what would you say to them?
Just do it. Pull the trigger. Like I've been in paralysis before where I've wondered if I should or I shouldn't. I've put on extra people. It hasn't worked out. It has worked out in the past. I think you've just got to, I think it's trial and error. I think you've just got to get past your own fear factor and actually pull the trigger and realize that you are capable of doing the extra work, or you are capable of making that extra 50, 100K a year that it costs to put on extra employee to propel you forward. So or speak to James and get a game plan. That's some advice. I think it's just get past your own fear factor and have a go. You can always go backwards or reel it in if you feel necessary.
Fantastic. And what advice would you give to others who may be considering working with myself?
So pick up the phone right now and make the phone call. James is not just a leader, but he becomes a mate, gives you the right advice, hits you between the eyes when nobody else will, and actually tells you how it is. And it's not hard-nosed selling real estate. It's actually life goals, business goals, and guidance. So, mate, thank you for everything you've done for me so far.
Oh, pleasure, mate. Pleasure. So what's the long-term plan for you? Where do you see the business over the next 1-2 few years from here?
Oh, wow, mate. Coming through COVID, which has been surprisingly fantastic. So if we can get through this, we can get through anything. So I'd like to obviously double my business over the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years and move forward that way and put on some more staff members.
Love it. Love it. And so how can the people watching or listening to this maybe reach out and, connect with you and maybe, engage in your services or even ask you some further questions? Where can people find you?
Mate, call me anytime on 0419 472 029 or give Shorty a call. That's a great option. And I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you at any time. Dan,
really appreciate your time and your words of wisdom, mate. Thank you once again. And mate, once again, thank you.
Mate, thank you for absolutely everything. Cheers.